Good Will Hunting, which is on Netflix. It's super good. Rated R, though. I don't know about you freshmen out there. So, basically, baby Matt Damon, because this is like circa, I don't know, the 90s. It's about Matt Damon. He's like this poor guy. His parents died, and he's like slumming it. He's like a janitor at MIT, which is like a really good school if you haven't heard of it. There's this like math professor, and he's like super smart, and he's like, okay, my super genius class, I wrote this problem on this chalkboard outside, and whoever solves it by the end of the semester is like cool, is amazing. I don't know if they won anything. And so basically Leonardo DiCaprio, oh shoot, why do I keep saying his name now? Sorry, I keep thinking about Leo now. Anyway, Matt Damon, who's the janitor, he's like la-di-da-da hanging out, and then he sees the problem on the board and he literally solves it in like 2 minutes because he's so smart, but then he runs away. He doesn't like let anyone know that he's the one who solves, and then he decides to put an even harder math problem on the chalkboard, which took him like 2 years to solve. And so Matt Damon solves it again, but this time the professor like catches him in the act, and like Matt Damon just runs away, and the professor, he's like, oh my god, this hooligan is vandalizing my problem. And then he goes and he looks and he's like, oh my god, this was right. This kid's a genius.
Okay. Is there a certain teacher that you know that would totally like this movie, or that you would like to see this movie with?
Yeah, well, Miss Paxton, she's already seen it, and we totally discussed while I was trying to give a brief synopsis, but also Miss Carnos, because we both agree that baby Matt Damon is super good looking, and Ben Affleck, and they're both really smart, so you know.
Okay, so a movie I recently watched was My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, and essentially what the movie was about was a continuation of My Big Fat Greek Wedding, which is about like this Greek girl from a really traditional Greek family in Chicago, and she like meets this like non-Greek, you know, dude, and they fall in love, and she's like really embarrassed to tell her family, and they accept him, and it's like a big Greek spectacle, and it's just hilarious, just like hilarious. And so Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 was a continuation of that, and it was about like the daughter and how she's all grown up and has her own daughter, and like her daughter and like the people she dates, and how her family is still just as dysfunctional as before, and I thought it was hilarious. But I do think that it wasn't as good as it could have been, because My Big Fat Greek Wedding was just, you know, priceless, but I think it was really like nice to fans who really appreciated the first movie to see what happened to the family later in time, so I think that's why maybe they recreated it, but I still liked it.
And what teacher do you think would most like this movie the best?
Out of all the teachers in school, I would say that I think Mrs. Urson would absolutely love this movie because it's hilarious, and I think she would appreciate how like it's a very traditional Greek Orthodox family, and she would appreciate like the religious aspects and kind of also like the tradition and also the comedy behind it, but you know, in a very respectful way. And I think also Miss Urson would appreciate the big families and just the humor behind it. I think she would really like it. She's got a great sense of humor.